voice is...
What's going on? Please, if you can hear us, let us know. It looks like something. What is this up called? What's going on? Okay, we gotta do this. All right. What's going on, people? What is this thing right here? I don't know what this is.
It looks like it's recording.
Recording?
Yeah.
All right, please, if you can let us know on Instagram that you can hear us. What's going on, everyone? What's going on Facebook and YouTube?
What's going on, people?
We're talking about should couples share phone passwords. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's take this cup and put
Can you go to your personal
Instagram?
Instagram and then see if you can see us live and then.
Oh, my personal Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
What's going on, Tony?
Yes. It says we're live.
Okay, but go on there. Let's hear it. Can we hear ourselves? Okay, all right, perfect. All right. Yes, we can. All right, what's going on, Facebook, YouTube? All right, so this is a very, very important. So what happened was that we posted a video.
Mm-hmm. A reaction video.
It's not a reaction video.
I mean, we were talking about Derek Jackson and all that before we posted that video.
Was that what it was?
Yes, that's what it was. We were talking about Derek Jackson and how he had all that mess on his phone.
Oh, okay. And yeah, please help us share this out. I forgot to share before I went live, but the recordings will be up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but how does this topic relate to Derek Jackson?
We were talking about, the wife was talking about how she discovered some stuff, like snooping wise. She saw some inappropriate things.
All right.
So, on the guy's phone.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's related. You're right. So today we're talking about should couples share
passwords,
phone passwords, precisely.
Right.
Should they share access to phone? And when we say couples, we mean both married and unmarried couples, as long as they're in some kind of committed relationship.
Right.
Is that part of the?
I'm trying to look for all the comments.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that part of the requirements to be in a commitment? To share passwords, to share phone.
Is it a must? What if you have a spouse that is not willing to share anything with you? How would you handle that?
No, but let's start from where most people start from. Why don't we dig into those comments?
Right.
And then let's take it from there. And then so that it won't be our own opinion. Hi, Tommy, dear show, how you doing? I'm not sure. Couples in anticipation for marriage. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Tommy. I'm looking at his DP. It looks like he may be one of the people that were actually commenting on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He said not just normal chilling relationship. Couples in anticipation of marriage. Awesome, my guy. I think that's him. I mean, please let me know if that's you. I think he was also commenting back and forth with us. And let's see here. We have hi Tino. How you doing, Tino?
Hi Tino, what's up? That's Olori Olukon.
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. Well, before we got married, we didn't.
Tommy said that's him. So I think his comment to be up there.
His comment is definitely up there. I think Tommy was the one that went left with the conversation.
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
So people's reaction to the sharing of passwords was very interesting.
I mean, to be honest, that reel broke record on our Instagram page.
Right.
That reel broke our records. Our previous record was like 3,500 views, and this one broke 4,000 views.
Right.
And I think there's a real reason for that.
Of course, there's a real reason for that.
And that's why we decided that we should elaborate, because that's a 30 seconds or less video. Right? So it's very easy to take people out of context. Right? and it's very easy also. But I think something resonated with people.
Right.
How many likes? I mean, it was crazy. It was over 100.
Right.
So people were agreeing with something we said in one sentence or less or whatever that makes up 20-25 seconds. But the truth of the matter is that there's more to the story.
Yeah, you were asking me that, can you see my phone or something of that nature? And I was like, nope.
Yes. I said, do you want to share phones or something like that? And then you said nope.
I said nope.
And then I said I agree with you.
No, you said why? I said because your phone is your phone.
Right.
And my phone is my phone.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then you said, and then I said I agree with you.
Right.
And then I went on to say, leave the phone alone. What's up? I think this is Tunji. This is my friend from way back.
Hi.
How you doing, Tunji? Nice idea, but it isn't good for couples because it causes. Is it good to share or not? Or share? Which one are you saying? Are you saying share it or don't share it? Please go ahead and click on the share button if you're on Facebook and share it to your friends so they can know we're talking about this. We'll be talking about this for the next 30 minutes or so, and then we'll move the after party to Clubhouse. All right, so let's go to the first comment. Let's tap this and take this newest first, and then let's go to the first comment that first came in, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have the unique Abiola. He said what?
My woman needs to listen to this.
All right, so that's somebody that's pretty much agreeing that leave the phones alone.
Right.
Everyone should hold on to their own phone.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's obvious where he stands there.
And then my name is Ireti said, really, but why not? Hobby and I share each other's phone a lot, especially when personal phone is not within reach. Saying no to me can suggest ambiguity, which would not be healthy for the relationship. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I see what she's saying, because I mean, a lot of times you maybe you're on a website or something like that, and you tell me, babe, they're going to send a code to you because you're changing something on your website.
Right.
And then you use my
phone that a lot.
number, and then I give you my phone, and you do whatever you need to do. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, absolutely.
Right.
But those are not the people that we're actually talking to.
Exactly. It's also a good moment right there to take us, again, like that's another opportunity to take us out of context.
Yeah.
But that's the point of the conversation.
Right.
Yeah, of course, you should love in a way that people
feel free.
That was the whole point of the video. The point of the video, actually, believe it or not, wasn't about phones and passwords. But we will get there. We'll talk. We'll circle back to that.
Okay, so Shenwaba Jolu said, ha. Well, I like the viewpoint as long as hiding your PIN from your partner is not shady. I really don't need access to your phone.
Again, so it's not necessarily about the phone. It's about an idea of your partner could be doing something shady. Right? So now the real question is that, does having access to each other's phone prevent shady behaviors? Right? Like somebody engaging in emotional affairs.
Right.
Chatting improper conversations with exes and stuff like that. Can you prevent? Are you necessarily preventing that when you have access to each other's phone?
No, because people are getting slicker and wiser these days.
I mean, if that's something they really need to do, they will figure it out. They will figure out another way,
so
right?
So wise these days. I mean, you find couples, another person might have a brand new phone on the side and you don't know. People have different ways of cheating. So having access to your phone and snooping around it does not mean that
it won't happen. It doesn't prevent it.
Right.
So that doesn't really solve any problem.
No, it doesn't. Okay. It doesn't solve any
problem. Again, the conversation is shaping now. The conversation is really, does having access to each other's phone prevent these types of behavior or betrayal? And on the flip side of it, does having access to each other's phone encourage a healthy relationship? That's the flip side of it. Because at the end of the day, we all want a healthy relationship. That's really what we want, right? So if that doesn't help, if that doesn't help you build a healthy relationship, and it doesn't prevent betrayal, it's almost coming to shape up that the phones are not relevant, but they could be relevant. Let's keep going. What's the next person?
Okay, Otis Collections. When there is trust, sharing each other's pain shouldn't be an issue. My cousin lost a hubby of recent. She met him dead seated on a chair with his phone in his hand. Do you know till date nobody can unlock his phone? People were surprised his wife don't know his PIN. That aside, there might be an emergency situation that will warrant the other partner accessing his or
Access to the phone.
spouse phone without delay. My 2 cents.
What do you think?
I don't think, I mean, what she's saying about emergencies, there are ways, I mean, I use an iPhone, and there are ways that you can access people's emergency contacts without needing the PIN. You have this SOS, thing in there that helps you get all the information that of emergency for that person.
Okay.
You don't really need to go into the phone, but that
Not at
there's,
all.
but that they
Maybe in
can
Nigeria, maybe in third world countries.
You know what's even throwing me off?
Uh-huh.
That you can unlock the guy's phone. I mean, when cops need to get into phone here, they get into phone. I don't understand not
But
unlocking
first,
the guy's phone.
Umbel, first, why do we need to get into the phone again to save the person? Is the person inside the phone?
I don't understand. I was lost. First of all, get the person to the hospital, and then the phone will be the second. I guess in Nigeria,
somebody is dying. Their phone is next to them. The first thing you want to save is save the phone.
What
are we talking about
I
here?
watch a lot of Yoruba movies, and honestly, funny enough, in the Yoruba movie, the first thing they do is not get the person to the hospital. The first thing they cannot do is get the phone and start calling the person's spouse. And I'm like, instead of doing that, why don't you try and get this person to the hospital first?
Right.
But I think in Nigeria, the situation is people are scared that if they help this person to the hospital, now they will now have the responsibility of paying the person's bills, or being accused of harming the person. So Nigeria is
I'm sorry,
just
that
funny.
you just took me to a completely different place.
This is how they do it in Yoruba movies.
I know that in Yoruba movies, but
So maybe it's based
so is
on
that why they need to
off of
unlock
real
the
life.
phone?
Yes, like they
so they can find their family members.
Yes.
Oh,
Finding the family member should be second. First, getting the victim to the hospital should be first.
so granted, in a third world country, things may be
maybe different.
a little bit.
It is different.
Okay.
It's always different.
So does
And
that
we-
mean in a third world country, people should have access to each other's phone in a relationship?
I mean, that's not relevant.
Is
to
that a good
dying
reason?
man.
Is that one single reason a good reason? I mean,
I
we're
mean,
trying to
that's-
save lives, huh?
She said people were shocked that the wife did not have an access, a pin to the guy's phone.
People were shocked.
Yeah.
What
and I'm
people
like,
were
which
shocked? It
people?
was the people that was there. It's the same people like her or him. I don't know who this person is.
That's
that was
what Otis
shocked.
Collection said.
Right. It's people like whoever owns Otis Collection. That's what they said. Majority of people probably didn't say that. Majority of people probably understand that, yes, people lock up a hand device because people's credit cards, people's
Identity,
information,
yes.
people's information that they have access to about other people that's not necessarily their spouse
Right.
could be inside, right? So again, I'm not sure what case that person is making and how.
Well, our case is that you should have access to your spouse's phone. That's the case she's making.
No, yes, she's making that case, but the
idea of the phone could not be unlocked. To save
what
business.
she's using, how do you say that? What is she using to justify that case? It's not hiding up.
And she's comparing
Somebody is dying.
apples to
Save
oranges.
the person.
Yeah.
If in your society, you would rather have access to each other's phone than have emergency services that are readily available within 5-10 minutes, you see that our priorities are now screwed up now.
They are messed up.
Right? They're all over the place.
Right.
So again, this conversation about having access to each other's phone, we already said in the beginning, right? as in this moment right now, if I open this phone, if it's locked, even though you've told me this password so many times, I will have to ask you again.
You still don't remember.
I don't remember. Okay. That tells that
But
I don't go in it every day.
Some people save that so they can go back and snoop on the phone.
Working Class 2020 says, are we West Africans? We're Nigerians? Yes, we are.
We are Nigerians, though.
Somebody said, yes, you should if they are committed. Okay. Can you justify your case? Can you tell us why? That would be nice. So somebody just told us because somebody can die next to the phone and they need to unlock the phone.
Why is that the priority?
How would you justify this? You know, Working Class says African men don't share passwords. Just joking.
Okay. So for me, I feel like, why is this person saying that this is strange? You know, why do they feel like it's strange?
That's generalization. There are many. In fact, some of the people arguing that you should do this are Africans, that you should share.
Yeah, but they are not mostly men.
No, a lot of men. Actually, a lot of men, more men than you think. Not most men. A lot of men, more than you think they should share phone passwords with their wife. And it's usually coming from one place. Where is it coming
from? Is it coming from insecurity?
That's what we're talking now.
Or is it coming from being entitled?
Now we're talking.
If you want to have I don't have a problem with you have access to my phone.
Right.
I don't have a problem with that. But are you doing that so you can control me?
If you ask me for my password right now, you don't touch my phone. My phone is the one we're using for Instagram right now.
Right.
You typically don't touch my phone. I typically don't touch your phone unless we're sharing. We need codes, like you said earlier, right? If you need to have my password right now, right? First of all, what do you do? If you need,
I'll ask you.
Okay, and
what do I
normally do?
And you give it to me.
Okay, but actually these days, somebody just mentioned something about Face ID. I don't actually remember my own password.
So use but do you know?
So sometimes I'll mistakenly put the wrong codes.
Right.
If my face like you know these days you're covering your face with mask. Maybe I'm outside on a project or something. My face covered with mask, so it doesn't read. He can't read. So I have to put it. Sometimes I put it in wrong.
No, I pull my own mask down and just do this real quick wherever I'm at.
Exactly. So we're not talking about the real problem yet, by the way.
Right.
What we're talking about is phones and password. Let's just be honest here for a second. We're not talking about the real problems yet. But let's just continue to pretend like the problem is sharing passwords and phones. Let's continue to pretend. Let me read some of this. Somebody said here. If the couple are Face ID, you don't need to remember the password. Thank you, Pastor Clinton.
But if you have an insecure spouse and you are sleeping, they can bring your phone and Face ID on you.
Well, then see again.
Or take your thumb and be like.
So again, hiding the passwords doesn't even help now, because the way I sleep next to my wife doesn't help either.
You're gone. I could just be like. And the phone unlocks.
So the way I sleep next to my spouse, she could easily open my phone if she has ulterior motives.
Right.
See, the real problem, we're not talking about the real problems here. We're talking about phones and passwords.
Right.
Even though phones and passwords these days are not relevant. But let's continue. If the couple are so in love with each other, they should share phone passwords. Why now? You tell us why they must share passwords.
He said if they're in love.
But why?
Being in love is enough to share.
Oh, that's a purpose. That's a life purpose.
Yeah,
okay,
with your spouse.
Okay. I believe we should share. I have never seen a problem with it. Awesome. Wait until there's problem for it. We want to talk about when there's problem with it. I like Nigerian culture. Thank you, Working Class. I'm sure you do. Transparency, point of view. Yes. Okay. So Tomi Deosho. Okay. Did you get to his comment yet?
I didn't get to Tommy's comment yet.
Okay.
It's coming up.
He said it's coming from a transparency point of view.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Like this, most couple who are committed to each other generally don't have problem with transparency.
With sharing, yes.
What we forget to talk about is when there is problem or when somebody doesn't feel safe being transparent, right? Then we come up with all the rules. We remember all the rules from the Bible. We remember all the rules from what society think. You should do this, you do this. And we actually don't address the actual underlying problems. Why is that person not feeling safe? We don't. And that's why this topic is such an important topic. But let's keep let me So working class, trying to say monogamous couples should share passwords. The working class, I don't know. I think you're assuming here that we're in the 1960s when people were polygamous in Africa, but let's just keep moving. Most people are not anymore. I have my wife's face on my phone. Her face can open my phone. That's beautiful. That's beautiful until you start to project that on other people. Let's continue. They're not going to hide anything. You're okay. Say you're welcome. But don't you think if you know your wife knows your password, it might caution you escape and slow you down, considering trouble that comes.
I think it actually
That come
does
from
the
Shalaye.
negative. I think you actually can get more comfortable.
Listen,
And say, oh, she doesn't check my phone anyway. So,
you know, it's quite interesting when people want to set boundaries on other people. The more you set boundaries on other people, do you know that the more expanded the boundaries become? People create more ways. How do I know?
to break that boundary.
just look at the idea of amending laws at the legislation level, right? They have to keep amending those things because people break laws. People find
They
loopholes.
find loopholes and
You know?
they didn't say this, they said that, so
Yes.
I'm just gonna do this, and that's not a crime.
If you want it bad enough, right, you will find a way. And how do you find a way? You first of all identify the boundary. What is the boundary? We have each other's phone and our faces on our phone, on our password.
Right.
So we will create other toxic ways to relate with each other. It's just that now it's going to be deeper. As opposed to the flip side of it, which is freedom. Right? My wife, she's not comfortable with people digging into, not her, but let's assume she's not comfortable with people digging through her phone, right? If in that moment in time I want to preach at her, why she should give me access to that phone, I will create more problems. Because that's not the underlying issue. The underlying issue is that she doesn't feel safe. And vice versa. If I don't feel secured enough to allow you into my phone, right, it could be because I'm cheating. It could be because I'm up to no good, right? Bottom line is that I don't want this woman in my phone, right? If she comes at me with, no, but we're a couple, we should, that's not going to solve the problem. We're just going to create more problems. Precisely, we're going to create more division. Right?
Instead of unity.
How can she find unity in that scenario? Is by first of all agreeing with me. Even if that's a thing, even if she must have access to my phone, she must agree with me first. We must come into agreement first. Because the key thing in all of this is unity. It's not about phones. It's not about passwords.
Right.
It's about, with reference point to where are you in this moment in time. Your goal is to always find unity. Right? And not to pull out the rules. It's very easy. Everyone is very quick to pull out the rules because naturally we're judgmental in nature.
Right.
You know, especially if you're coming from a religious standpoint. You're judgmental. Don't argue with me. It is what it is. We're all like that. So it takes extra work to not be judgmental.
Right.
It takes being aware, self-awareness. It takes self-awareness first.
Right.
And then you understand other people are like that and you say, she doesn't agree with that right now. Let me calm down. Let me be calming down. Right? And she clearly does not feel safe or secure with the idea of sharing phone with me. Could she be up to no good even at that? You want to catch her now? Okay. Let's see how good you do with catching her right now. Okay? You're still not going to catch her because number one, she's already resenting you slowly but surely by way of not allowing you to see the phone. Right? So the more you push against that, the more you create division. And then the more you set yourself apart. Tommy says, but don't you think if you know your wife knows your password, it might, okay, that's what he said, escape.
Yeah.
Escapade. Okay, so to him, it's
to
a way of
control you.
preventing escapade. That to me is controlling. It's controlling behavior. It's not right, neither is it wrong. It's just controlling behavior. Okay? And controlling behavior can come from good intentions. Right? You can have a good intention and have controlling behavior. What it means is that you're attempting to control another person, especially when you're in a romantic relationship with them. That's always going to backfire.
That's a way of boundary.
Yeah, it's a boundary thing. Yeah, it's a boundary
That's
thing.
a way of boundary. I was going to share a story. I remember when I first came to the US, coming from Nigeria, and that was in 2001. And I was dating this guy who happens to be an African American, you know. And anytime we hang out, the first thing he does is grab my phone and start going through the contacts. Who is this person? Who's this person? Why you got their number? Who's this? And I'm like, excuse me? This is my friends. And it's like, why do you have their number? If you have their number, that means you're talking to them.
What did that make you feel like?
It made me feel like I'm with a mad person. I'm like, okay, wait, hold up. Where's this insecurity coming from? Where's the generalization coming from? I'm a young girl. I can't have friends. That made me so uncomfortable that anytime I'm around him, I don't let him
now let's flip
check
the
my
switch.
phone.
Let's say you were cheating. Let's say you were actually cheating on cheating, right? You were involved in an affair with somebody else, even though you're supposed to be committed to him. What would that make you feel like if somebody started digging through your phone like that and is asking all this question? What would that make you? What would be the difference? Yeah.
First of all, if I was cheating, he wouldn't even be able to grab my phone. Because I wouldn't even.
What if he tried to forcefully take it from you and he start to preach to you like, why would you say we're in a committed relationship, and what would that make you feel like? I know you probably won't give him access to the phone.
I'll be scared, shitless.
Scared?
Yeah.
What do you mean scared? You're in a committed relationship with this person. You're scared of them?
If he's grabbing my phone and I was cheating and he was going to find something in there.
Oh, you'd be scared that he will find it. Okay, so let's say you already grabbed the phone. He wasn't able to, but he was now preaching to you. He was talking you to death.
He's still not going to get the phone.
Let me tell you what will happen eventually. What will happen is that you will end up pushing this woman onto the other side. She's probably trying to consider, she's probably fantasizing about other people, which happens in real life.
I mean, if you're already cheating and then it's one or two things. Maybe you don't mind being caught, so you can actually go on to the other side.
Right. What if you mind being caught? You're just not sure of yourself yet. That's usually the case.
You still feel like you'll be pushed.
Yeah, because you're already on the fence on your way out.
There's a reason why you're
right. There's a reason why you're on the fence. So this behavior of checking phones and insisting that you must share passwords, it doesn't stop on phone. It's an underlying temperament, personality thing, right? That's in depth, right? And you will use that behavior in other aspects of life where you could give some space, but you generally have trouble giving space. And for that same reason, when somebody's asking you for space, you don't even see why they may be needing space. You can't see it. You're just stuck on why would you need space? Like, for example, people's wife will come to them and say, I need some space. I'm losing myself. And the first is like, what do you mean? You're a married woman.
I'm your husband. You don't need space from me.
Right. Do you think me saying that will solve the problem?
No, it gets worse.
You're going to you're putting more dagger between, you're creating more division, right? They're already on the fence. They're already almost out the door, right? What you're going to do is push them out. And that doesn't work in your favor because that's clearly not what you want. So if you're not, like, listen, it's a beautiful thing to share passwords, share phone. Yeah. Right? If you're in that space.
If you're willing to. It can't be forceful.
Both parties. If both parties are on that same page, it is a beautiful thing. The moment you have one person become uncomfortable with that idea, you don't solve that problem by forcing them to share or by preaching at them. That's a symptom of other underlying issues. And if you don't solve those underlying issues, you're only going to make things worse. You're creating more division. Right. And you're going to push either your husband or your wife or your significant other further away. It's very easy to have an opinion on this issue when you see it on surface. Yeah, you should share it. No, don't share it. Those ones that says no, don't share it, they already had an experience with a person that's very controlling or insecure partners.
So that's where they're coming from. How do you influence your spouse to share their password with you? I think it's more of that. How do you win them over to be comfortable enough to say?
Let's go to Temi. Since he's here, let's go to his.
Okay, Temi. No, it's not Temi. It's Tomide.
Tomide
Osho said, misleading. If you have a reason to lock your phone for your husband, then there's a problem. Your pussy is not personal property, but your phone is personal property. This is our generation, Sha.
Wait. So wait. Let's read that real quickly. He was right about the first part of the sentence. If you have access, there is a problem.
There is a problem. Yes.
What's the next thing after that?
He said your pussy is not personal property.
That is controlling behavior. That? I don't care if you have been married for 50 years. That is the controlling thing I was talking about. And again, it could come from a good intention space. You clearly want to be that tight with your wife.
Yeah, but what would make a man say your pussy is not personal property?
Is his property. That's what he's saying.
Wait, your pussy is not personal property.
Am I getting wrong?
But your phone is personal thing. So your pussy, are you saying that
you share pussy, but you can't share phone?
Oh, okay.
That's the case.
That threw me off.
That's the same case that Soul Spice made there too. Because you don't think people can share their private parts and still feel uncomfortable sharing. You don't understand the idea of the phone, that it has a lot more information long-term wise beyond just the moment of wanting to have sex. That's completely different. Two different things, and it's absolutely gross comparison. They don't compare together. If people catch congee and they want to have sex right now, they give you access because you're the husband. Maybe they don't want to do it. Maybe the adults doing it because they already feel like it's a chore. Now she doesn't want your access to the phone because she's already communicating with her girlfriends on how terrible you are, and you're not complaining that she doesn't give you access to the phone, and yet you can't see that they're on the line, like you said. Not you personally, by the way. The people, just in general, you can't see that there are underlying issues, and the last thing you should be doing is trying to forcefully get into the phone.
Right.
If this becomes an issue, there are bigger issues, underlying issues. And most people will focus on this
than the underlying issue.
And then they will get in further trouble because they will basically build more resentment with the person that already don't want to share that with you.
Right.
What if they are guilty? I was saying that. What if they are guilty, they are cheating? It's not a crime. Did you know that? I think people really forget that it's not a crime.
People are saying, oh, that person should be this, that person should be that. At the end of the day, you can only control yourself.
It has to be a choice.
And it's your decision. Do I want to be in a relationship where I'm being disrespected? It is my choice to walk away from.
This is fundamental. What we're saying, we're trying to overdome it because I think people overcomplicate it.
Yeah,
in romantic relationship, either 60 years plus marriage or yesterday we just met, it has to operate under freedom. When I say freedom, I'm not talking about the physicalities of it. People have to feel free. Emotionally speaking, people have to feel free.
They have to be emotionally safe too.
Right. That's why if you take someone to court that they cheated on you, they will mediate, they will see if they can divide money, but nobody is going to jail because they cheated on you, because it's not a crime.
They are not.
These are family matters, interrelational matters. And if you don't understand that, you will continue to operate like this is some kind of stern rules. You must obey this, and then it works against you all the time.
Or even worse, you might end up killing somebody. Do you know that people will kill some other people? They didn't just start crazy like that, but that's how it starts. When
a lot of these people are normal people
they're
first.
Normal people.
Yes.
But they just lose their shit. They black out. Oh, I can't take it. How dare you do this to me? And then they become a criminal and live the rest of their life in prison. I just don't think that is worth it. But I understand the emotional, the attachment to someone that you're in a romantic relationship.
Right, it's an attachment.
At the end of the day, you just have to control yourself.
Yes,
know that you have the choice to leave this person and be with someone else.
To be fair to him, he's made a point here that he's coming from a transparency point of view.
Right.
We got to keep that transparency thing in business.
Right.
At your job, right? But when it comes to transparency from your significant other, it feels better when they want to give it to you. If you're forcefully taking it from them, even if it's an undertone.
Oh, you're entitled. I don't like entitled behavior, actually.
It takes away from feeling free.
It's annoying. Yeah.
From feeling like I want to be in a romantic relationship.
Right.
It messes the whole vibe up.
It does.
It messes the whole thing up. You need to give in to them until they feel safe enough to share not just their pussy with you, but their phone, right? But everything. But leave the phone. Share the in fact, to the point where they share the password with you, you don't even go there because you also want to give them, to make them feel a sense of freedom, a sense of privacy. They didn't ask for it. This is just you being self-aware that people need that as human beings. People need their sense of individuality.
Yeah, they have their own identity. Just because you're married to someone don't mean they're your personal property.
Yes.
People need to understand that. You know?
And when you give that, especially if you're giving this to a woman, she will reciprocate.
Of course.
Just chill, relax. Relax with all the rules. Okay? This is game I'm giving you, especially if you're a gentleman in the room. Relax. She will give you all of that. Okay? She wants access to your phone. Give her that freedom. You should be in a space to give her that freedom. Right? Oh, you need to cheat? Well, we have bigger problems. The problem is not the phone. The problem is not the phone. We have bigger problem. That problem must be addressed. Don't address the phone or the password. The truth is that the phone can represent a sense of individuality, privacy. People are talking to their own siblings. They're not really comfortable sharing with you yet.
Conversations,
there are things that my wife says to her siblings,
to my
her sisters.
sisters.
I'm not interested in knowing.
Right.
And I'm not going to be digging through the phone until I find them.
And even my sister can say something offensive or maybe something
Yes.
funny that you might find
then
offensive.
they go. They shouldn't have said something offensive in the first place. See, you are changing topics.
I can't control.
No. See, you are changing topics already.
Them.
The point is that you should not be digging through the phones that far to find things that can potentially be there that will rub you off, that will get you caught up in your feelings.
Yes.
Give people a sense of freedom. And life is so simple. Let's not complicate it for ourselves. And we do that when we start doing these things. Let's see. Tomi Adeosho, but sometimes the stress that comes from explanation will prevent you or slow you down from feeling. No. You don't want to cheat. That's why somebody shall I hear will slow you down. If you want to cheat, you will cheat. That's just the way it works. And your wife could be the most prettiest human being in the world. It doesn't matter.
It has nothing to do with that.
It has nothing to do with that. You know. And the rules should apply for both parties. What you won't take, don't give it out. Yes, but when you're in a relationship, you go there to give. Stop keeping scores with each other. It will backfire. It will work against them. Choose a person you love, that you fell in love with, and just choose to give to them without expectations. Okay? They will have expectations. If you think they don't have expectations, that's unrealistic expectations. They will have expectations. Give them the freedom to share their expectations. You go there and give and control and manage your expectations, because you will have expectations too.
Yeah.
All right. And if you were to do it my favorite way, I would just say have no expectations. But we're humans. We will have expectations.
We have expectations. We have flaws.
Yes.
That
so
we should be
manage your
on.
expectations and give your partner the freedom to express their expectations. That's how expectations will be healthy in a romantic relationship. You know, she would get defensive. Yeah, people that you're in relationship with will get defensive because they're human, and when they get defensive, I think I was talking about the scenario we gave earlier. But generally, if they get defensive, that's because there's not enough listening in the conversation or in the quote-unquote communication.
They feel they need to defend themselves.
Yeah, there's
they
not
feel
enough
attacked.
listening. Yeah.
They feel attacked.
If somebody is being defensive, defensive is a result of feeling attacked. And now you need to understand why they feel attacked and then fix that before you continue with the conversation. That requires lots of patience. If you're like most people, that defensiveness attacks you. then it becomes a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
The whole point of this is let's be calming down. She said nope to her phone and said, okay, I agree with that. It's the agreement that's the key thing. It's not the idea that I give my wife freedom to use her phone. Actually, I do, but that's not the main thing there. The main thing here is that you should seek after agreement.
Right.
You should work actively to making sure there's agreement between the two of you. And sometimes that means you calm down and hear what they're trying to say properly first before you even try to say anything. Hello, Venom.
Hi.
Because she knows all hell would let loose and she knows she will lose the guy. Yeah, that's if she cares enough. At the point where she doesn't care, so you push people further enough, they won't care.
I mean, if you keep behaving that way,
If you
it will
keep
get to
doing
a
that,
point
yeah.
that they will just, you know.
And you know the dangerous part about this?
Fuck
It
shit
won't
up.
be the easiest part. Like, you mean if I keep checking the phone, I should stop checking the phone? No, I said controlling behavior, not the phones. Any form of controlling behavior where you don't realize that you're controlling, when you start preaching at your partner, a romantic partner, you're preaching to them how things operated in your own family and how you don't understand how they didn't learn this in their family. If you start doing things like that, it will destroy your relationship, and it won't be because you're wrong. It will just be because they received it as wrong, right? It doesn't have to be you being wrong. You could be right all you want, you know. What happens when your girlfriend still have videos and pictures of her ex in her phone after so many years of breakup? This is a good question. This is a very good question. What would you say to this? Well, the first question, how did you find out? But let's
Yeah,
that's
well, you just answered my question.
let's
how did you
justice.
find out? That's what I want to address. How did you find out? When you snooping around?
Well, let's just say this. If for some reason my insecurity got the best of me, that's what it is. Okay? Insecurity is not a crime. We all have it at some level. I know some people are very defensive when they hear that. It's not a crime.
Oh, everyone has some
Everyone
kind of insecurity.
has some kind of insecurity.
Yes.
So let's assume that my insecurity got the best of me, and I went into her phone and I see pictures and stuff like that. Okay? Now my old me, let me tell you, I'm not perfect. My old me, of course, that would kill me. That would destroy me. Are you kidding me?
I mean, why are you keeping your ex pictures? Are you looking at it as an option?
Yeah.
Like, or you're still fantasizing over this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
It's
that's
a
how
valid question.
Now that's how I feel. That doesn't mean I'm going to react accordingly like that. Okay. What I would do is calm down. Okay. She has a picture of her phone. I will go into my own corner jejely, and I will pay attention to where she's at emotionally. Okay. I have to pay attention to that first, because I need to understand if she's still in this game or not. I'll pay attention to a few things. Potentially, I will try to do at least 3 days. If 3 days is not enough, I will take it from 3 days to 3 weeks. Not 4 days, not 5 days. I need to pay attention to what she's going on with. And then in the nice moment, I say, babe, let's talk. Listen, my insecurity got the best of me. I went to your phone. I saw some very weird, crazy, and I've watched over the past few. It looks like you still want to be in a situation with me. What's up with that? See, that's different. It's different from when I say like, are you crazy? What is all this? Right? See, even if I want to let go of that relationship, it's okay to bow. It's actually okay to leave a relationship, even a marriage. Never mind what the religious people tell you. Hello, L. Nixon. Never mind
Hi,
what they
Nixon.
tell you. It is okay to leave a marriage if you feel disrespected. Because if you feel disrespected,
Yes.
you cannot give into the relationship. It's dead anyway. At least take some time off. That's, again, going back to space. Give yourself some space to process everything that happened. But the real answer to that is I would not overreact. Clearly, that is a sign there are other issues, right? She's not all in with you. She's not all in. But I would self-respect, take myself out of the situation, at least temporarily. And then, of course, I wouldn't just let that go unaddressed, but I would admit, I need to admit.
You have to own it.
I need to own that my insecurity got the best of me, and I need to start identifying other places in my relationship where I might have been exercising that same insecurity. Probably it's not just the phone. It's probably about 6 other different places where your insecurity is getting the best of you, and there's a good chance that she's not all the way locked in with you. She's not all the way sold on the idea of you and her together. And
she's
that
keeping that
doesn't-
choice right there. She's looking at like,
and that's not a fault thing. That's not something you blame yourself for. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Understand that you have options in life. You do. And if your girlfriend doesn't think you have options, she will
That's
continue
not
to do
good.
things like that.
yeah, that's not good.
We never fuse about sharing our private part, but we fuse about because Konji is real, my nigga.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, it's not that deep. You know, sex is deep, but it's not that deep. Okay, but this thing carries so much information, and my emotions like you said, shalaye, me having to engage in, I may hate the idea that I want to shalaye so much, and I may still want to have sex with you, but I don't want to shalaye. So because of that, I may protest. So begin, they're completely two different things. The real issue is, do you feel safe or you feel secure in a relationship? If you don't, then all kind of things will be happening, including I don't want to share passwords and phone.
Right.
And as far as sharing each other's face is not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary.
I mean, it's cute.
But it's cute. It's cute. But to each his own. Yes.
What works for couples
everyone is different. Yes,
so
yes.
I don't like to tell people not to do stuff like that. You guys are cute together. That works
it
for
is
you.
Cute. Yeah.
That is nice. I love it. I love love.
Yeah. But for us,
if one person is not in, that's where the problem comes in. You can't force what you want to do on another person, but you can influence them to want to share things with you.
Yeah.
Like, as a man, let your husband your wife have access to your phone. Like me, I can leave my phone sitting downstairs for like
she will leave
3 hours. I'm upstairs.
We have a 3-4 here, right?
She will leave. Like...
She will forget this thing here for hours. And what my own pet peeve is that I'm trying to call her and the thing is right in front of me.
It's like,
that's my pet peeve. Whereas other people's pet peeve is like, she won't leave her phone.
Right, she's always on the phone.
If she won't leave her phone, the phone is not the problem. She doesn't feel safe.
Yeah.
She doesn't feel safe, and there are bigger issues. That.
Yeah.
L. Nixon said, I haven't been around a long time. I'll be coming back for more, and I love your perspectives. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, L. Nixon.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so, yeah, definitely. I don't know, there was a thought that I just lost, but it's okay. Let's see here. Cheating is a choice, though. Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Cheating is a choice. But when we make a choice, there's a lot of things that happen before we make that choice. The choices we make is a function of a lot of things. Let's not just say it's this thing that's right and wrong, and you made it, and therefore you must go to hell. We should, in fact, write it into law that it is a crime. There's a reason why they won't write it into law that it's a crime. You know why? Because you just never know where people are emotionally. It does not justify it. You know why it doesn't justify? Because you as an individual, you get the right to carry your load and leave if it doesn't fit you.
It's the hardest thing to do.
But here's the problem. When you take your cheating experience, somebody cheated on you and you take it to another relationship, and now your insecurities is all over the place and you're messing up somebody else's life because you never heal and you keep going around the town that everybody's a cheater. See, that's not fair. That's not fair to the next person, right?
It's not fair.
Cheating is a choice, but there's a deeper conversation about cheating than that. There's anything emotional matters, anything psychological matters. You have to take the conversation deeper than right and wrong. You're right if you think it's right. You're wrong if you think you're right. If you think it's wrong, okay. But that's not the end of the conversation. That doesn't really help anything. It doesn't help anything. Okay? The only thing you're going to do is create more division because that person felt wrong, felt like they are right. You feel they are wrong. That's division. You cannot operate a romantic relationship in division. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And you're stuck. And you're winning the game all day long by being right. You're winning the game of being right.
And still suffering.
You're winning the race of being right. But you're suffering. All right? So, everything in perspective, right? MK Gaha says, I gave her my password, I will leave rather than cheating on her. That's perfect. You gave. The key thing is you gave. All right? However, if you set up expectations based on that, where she is feeling a little bit different, see, because your right doesn't make a difference. You will destroy the relationship. As long as you're giving, then you'll be all right. My brother, I'm guessing, because he said give her. She knows my password, but I don't want hers. I don't want to die young. See, my guy, he gets it. He gets it.
Doesn't want to die.
Now, some people will say, but shouldn't both people do it? No, we don't keep scores. This is irregularity. At the end of the day, right? You can't keep scores with this kind of thing. You have to go in there and say, I like this person. I want them enough to give to them. That's it. That's where happiness lies in romantic relationship. I promise you, anything else will be shut off. Oh, but what if the other person feels like they're not giving enough? You're right. They feel like they're not giving enough. So again, that defiles what I just said. But you as an individual, you want happiness? Go there and give. You like this person enough to give to them. If you don't like them enough to give to them, let's say they cheated on you, you don't like them enough to give to them, then you have the freedom to leave. And then you set them free too so that they can move on with their own lives. And that's not a crime. That's okay. But keep it simple. You want last long in relationship? It exists in freedom. You know, older people will call it respect each other. That's what they call it. But the problem with the word respect is that people have different meanings to it. You know, so I'm not even sure if freedom has its own limitation when I use the word freedom. But the key thing is people must feel free.
Freedom without expectations. Expectations is like the killer of all relationships, honestly.
Yeah.
When we start setting rules and regulations, that's when it goes left.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to continue. You have anything else to say, babe?
What's that?
Uh-oh.
No, we pretty much covered everything, you know. There's nothing wrong with sharing access to each other's phones.
It's cute. It's beautiful. Yeah.
It has to come from a place of freedom.
Yes.
You cannot impose your own rules on other people.
The moment you quote a Bible scripture,
it's a done
you
deal.
you destroy the purpose. Okay?
You just try to manipulate the whole purpose, so you just destroyed it for yourself. So I mean, there are people like me that will just be like, okay, we won't even say anything.
Yeah.
We're like, okay.
And if you have been listening to me, the problem there is not Bible scripture, it's your controlling behavior.
Yeah.
Just like the problem wasn't about the phone.
Right.
It's your controlling behavior, it's your insecurities. You don't feel secured enough to just give that person give them that space. They will come to you. This is game. I'm telling you, seduction game. Stop trying to force people into rules and regulations when it comes to romantic relationship. It backfires 100% of the time. But what if you have a choice to leave?
What if?
You have the choice not to be in that relationship. You're an adult.
You know what? Every time
Dealing
we do
with another adult.
the what ifs, that's when you actually jinx your relationship. How about living in the moment, enjoying the moment? What if the world
right now,
ends tomorrow?
Like
Would
right
you
now,
say you've lived a good life?
We've been together for 16 years. We've been married for 13 years.
Right.
All of that. Bottom line is that she's here with me right now. That's really the bottom line. That's it.
Enjoy every moment. We forget that.
What if tomorrow she's not here? Nigga, what if tomorrow we're not all here?
We'll pass that bridge when we get there.
What if tomorrow we're all not here?
Exactly.
You're missing out on life and love right now in this moment.
Yes.
You're missing out.
Enjoy every moment.
That's called anxiety.
Unnecessary anxiety, actually, to be real with you.
Yeah. All right, so I have someone who was looking for positive platforms that her and her husband can watch. I'm going to send her your way. Thank you, Alex, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Please share. You guys rock. I'm a new person now because of such conversation you deliver. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just like the way she's looking at you. Yeah, look at me again. All right, we're taking it to Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, you can join us on Clubhouse, or we'll be having conversation, just allowing other people to chime in, because we understand people have opinions and we can unpack it and things like that. Just go to Clubhouse and I'll try to share. Let me just leave right now so we can share the link into our stories on Instagram at Lola and Ola. We'll share that link so you can easily join us there. We'll start that room in 4 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
See you on the next one.
See ya. Peace.
Peace.